World's weirdest looking skyscrapers. These skyscrapers may have relatively ordinary uses, such as palatial penthouses and opulent office spaces, but their exteriors are anything but ordinary. These bizarre structures will undoubtedly steal the show, even in the busiest city skyline. Let's take to the air for a flyover of the world's most incredible skyscrapers. Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about these world's weirdest looking skyscrapers. Make sure you watch till the end so you don't miss anything. Without further ado, let's get started. Richest Tower, Belgrade, Serbia. It's Europe's third largest structure, designed to resemble a massive gate, welcoming visitors arriving from the west. However, Richest Tower is not a welcome sight for many, having been named phenomenally ugly on the internet and dismissed as one of the world's examples of brutalist architecture. The twin concrete towers, connected by a revolving restaurant, are undoubtedly among the world's strangest skyscrapers. Mahanakhon Hotel, Pyongyang, North Korea. Is this the ugliest skyscraper in the world? The Mahanakhon Hotel, which was shrouded in secrecy in North Korea, sat in construction limbo for so long that people assumed it had been abandoned. Its unusual triangular shape, combined with a raw concrete finish, made it a bit of a laughingstock among architecture enthusiasts, though recent changes since construction resumed have softened its appearance. Elephant Building, Bangkok, Thailand. Perhaps the architect behind this strange structure in Bangkok. This set of these concrete blocks needs something. We're talking about road windows for eyes, and shapes that resemble ears and tusks, or something like that. Robot Building, Bangkok, Thailand. There's no doubt about what this skyscraper is supposed to be when you see it in the Bangkok skyline. The Robot Building, one of the last examples of modern architecture in the city, was designed for the Bank of Asia to reflect the computerization of banking. Sumit Jumsi, who drew inspiration for the building from his son's robot toy, designed it as a protest against the neoclassical and high-tech postmodern architecture that swept the globe in the early to mid-1980s. CCTV headquarters, Beijing, China. The 44-story skyscraper that houses China Central Television's Beijing headquarters earned the nickname Big Box Shorts. Shortly after it was completed in 2009, due to its unusual shape. It's described as a loop with 6 horizontal and vertical sections, and figuring out how to turn the design into a structural reality, especially in a seismic zone, was no easy task. Torre Velasca, Milan, Italy. What is the significance of that mushroom-shaped tower? The Torre Velasca, which stands tall in the heart of Milan's center city, stands in stark contrast to the surrounding architecture, despite the fact that it was built in 1954 as a modern interpretation of typical Italian medieval castles. It's a divisive presence in the city, with some residents admiring it and others complaining about its hegemony over the skyline. Kingdom Center, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Even if it weren't Saudi Arabia's tallest skyscraper and the world's second tallest mosque, the Kingdom Center in Riyadh would stand out with its unusual keyhole design. The Kingdom Center, also known as Burj Al Mamlaka, was named the world's most well-designed skyscraper in the 2002 Empress Skyscraper Awards. The keyhole on the top was designed to comply with city regulations prohibiting occupied floors above a certain height. Lloyd's Building, London, England. Between its mishmash of architectural styles and the bizarre jumble of structures clinging to its exterior, the Lloyd's of London building is undeniably strange. The building, which has all of its guts on the outside, including water pipes and elevators, was ostensibly designed this way to keep the interior clutter-free. It's possible that whether this approach worked is a matter of personal opinion. Lipo Center, Hong Kong. Distinctive? Definitely. The Lipo Center in Hong Kong, named the koala tree because of its resemblance to koalas clinging to a trunk, is unlike any other office building in the world, with C-shaped clusters of windows that stand out in relief against the exterior. American architect Paul Rudolph hoped to make these towers less imposing. Wooden skyscraper, Arkhangelsk, Russia. At 144 feet and 13 stories, Russia's wooden skyscraper became the world's tallest wooden house, built by a single man out of an improbable material. Former gangster Nikolia Sudnyagin spent 15 years adding additional floors to his home because he was never satisfied with the way it looked. The structure, which was never fully permitted in the first place, was crumbling, and neighbors were concerned about fire, so the building was mostly demolished in 2009. The rest burned down in 2012. Simone Radia Towers, Los Angeles, California, reaching over 99 feet in the air. The Watts Tower, also known as the Simone Rodoya Towers, for the Italian immigrant who spent decades building them, aren't exactly skyscrapers. They're more like towering sculptures. But the steel pipe, rod, and wire structures are undoubtedly landmarks in the Watts district of Los Angeles, and are now listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Umeda Sky Building, Osaka, Japan. The Umeda Sky Building in Osaka is strange and futuristic, with bridges and glass enclosed elevator crisscrossing the empty space between two towers, which are linked at the top by a rooftop observatory. Because of its height, the structure offers a 360-degree view of the city. Norman Foster Gherkin, London, England. The unusual building that stands out like a sore thumb in London has been named the Gherkin, towering innuendo, and crystal phallus, but its official name is 30 Street Mary Axe. The skyscraper, designed by Norman Foster, was purchased for more than $1 billion, making it Britain's most expensive office building. Vanke Center, Shenzhen, China. This horizontal skyscraper has never been heard of before. It may sound strange, but it does exist, and it's one of the most iconic designs in the portfolio of renowned architect Stephen Hole. The horizontal skyscraper, also known as the Vanke Center in Shenzhen, China, resembles a series of towers turned on their sides and suspended over a tropical landscape. The Tulip, London, UK. There's a new London landmark on the block, almost. The Gherkin and the walkie-talkie can step aside. Foster and Partners' proposed skyscraper, the Tulip, is set to be the latest addition to London's skyline, with plans for the 1,000-foot structure recently approved. While some have criticized the building's glass design, claiming that it adds little to an already crowded skyline, the building's classroom in the sky for London school children is undoubtedly a unique concept. Keep an eye on the horizon because construction will begin soon. Fake Hills, Beihai, China. This undulating skyscraper, which houses a large housing complex, is unlike anything we've seen before. The structure's distinctive wavy silhouettes offers an enormous 5,299,815 square feet of accommodation on the coast. Designed as a counterpoint to the Chinese city of Beihai's flat terrain, the unique opening in the building's structure, designed by mad architects, allow the sea breeze to pass through, while gardens, tennis courts, and swimming pools are located on each of the structure's hill-like peaks on the roof. Lakhta Center, St. Petersburg, Russia. This multifunctional building on the outskirts of St. Petersburg is also Europe's tallest, standing at 1,515 feet tall, like a bullet piercing the sky. The Lakhta Center, which was recently completed, houses the offices of Russian gas company Gazprom, as well as public spaces. The main tower twists at 90-degree angle, which was inspired by St. Petersburg Peter and Paul Cathedral, according to British architect Tony Kettle. Kettle, who also designed the Falkirk Wheel in Scotland, later handed the project over to Russian firm Gore Project to finish. Aqua Tower, Chicago, USA. This cool towering design comes from the city that gave us the first skyscraper in the 19th century. The residential structure, which is located in Chicago, was inspired by the national topography of the Great Lakes region's hills and valleys. Its distinctive rippled silhouette stands out against the skyline's sleek mirrored towers. The facade's carefully sculptured terraces have sightlines to neighboring balconies to encourage interactions with neighboring residents, which was designed to encourage a sense of community. Libian International Building, Guiyang, China. Because the competition to build China's most memorable skyscraper is fierce, it's not surprising that these developers decided to take it a step further. This tower is nothing if it's not eye-catching, with one of the world's tallest artificial waterfalls, and certainly the highest on any building. Although the Libian International Building, which will house a hotel, offices, and shopping arcade, is still being built, the waterfall feature appears to have been operational for a few years. However, due to the high cost of operating the waterfall, it has only been used a few times. And that's all for today, guys. Enlighten us with your thoughts, share them in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon for more amazing videos. And thank you for watching.